What is going on, everybody? Vex30 here coming with a new video, and today we are doing another like reaction video to a new champion. Saati is out. The patch notes just dropped. I'll be linking them down below in the description, and the champion reveal is here during the update show. We actually streamed it on our Twitch channel. If you want to go check that out down below, be sure. So we've already seen this one. So this is let's just say second reaction to it, because with Twitch I'm trying to get my partnership currently, and I can't actually post things on YouTube because Twitch has an exclusivity for 1 day. So we are going to go ahead and re-record the reaction. And I mean, it's still like, Saati is awesome. So let's go check this out and let's just jump right into it. Saati. You didn't hear me say Saati, but Saati. That's how you say it. Saati. Let's see this.
We are gonna
so as we in the game.
Nico, I was gonna ask you for some lore. Can you dabble us
so like
lore?
We'll be pausing a decent bit and talking about things as we hear them and as we want to address them. So just a heads up. But Saati,
I don't necessarily want to like read her lore blurb, but
she's so cool.
For her, awesome. let's say the vibe is like, for her or to you, a coin flip may be a gamble, but for her, it's an opportunity. So she is a bounty hunter, best of the best gear, best of the best skills. And what she wants, she gets.
Okay.
You know, she.
So she's pretty much a bounty hunter.
I really liked, I think, was
now
she may work
initial
for
reaction,
money, but she really makes
her pistol and like the way she moves around is sick. I love everything about it so far, especially her pistol, the way it looks
for her, and going the distance, so to speak, to make sure that she has the skills needed to, you know, essentially trounce anyone else who's coming after her marks.
So she's a bounty hunter. Okay.
So she goes up against the the realm's other bounty hunters, and especially as kind of bigger and bigger marks are being
okay, lore. I'm gonna skip through part of this. I'm sorry.
Ghostbusters.
We're gonna skip part of it. Skip through part of it. I want to see her actual play.
Also,
in the patch notes today, what you're seeing right now is a total reworked and re-visualized Stone Keep, and you're gonna notice some design changes here in the spawn as we go on. There's no stairs anymore, so I want to address that now because they didn't really address it in the stream. So just a heads up about that.
And get the job done.
Okay, let's see this.
And she'll look good while doing it, and she might steal your girl. But
she's definitely gonna steal your girl. Miss Steal Your Girl.
But yeah, Mrs. Steal Your Girl. But with
she is a bad woman, let me
tell
you.
One thing that I thought was really cool that I noticed that I just wanted to compliment the designers on, I know Alex isn't here, is I know we have a character in the game named Pip, and you guys are going to get into it here with her abilities and basic moves. But the little UI that you see near her pistol, folks, is her amount of pips. And I don't know, it just seems fitting once they describe it to you, I feel. Like when I was first getting to see the character, it just made a lot of sense.
So they're going to address like the pip system, the resource system later. So just a heads up.
But yeah,
a little bit of a spoiler, but they will go into it.
Nico.
Abilities, let's go. Let's see this.
Sure.
Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So with her primary fire, her weapon, she's got
it's like a deagle,
high caliber semi-automatic pistol with a 7-round clip.
So it's a deagle, pretty much, from CS:GO.
So when you play around with it, it is high risk, high reward. So she reloads fairly frequently, and there's a pretty good gap in between her individual shots.
Oh.
Man, do they pack a punch. And
they pack a huge punch.
If you're landing your basic attacks, you're really going to see an impact in those fights. 525 damage every half second.
Okay, 525 damage every half second, 1050, 1050 DPS, which is pretty nice.
Up to 60 units away.
That's super nice. 60 units? Okay, her fall off isn't bad.
Is our newest damage champion.
So she is a damage, not a flank. Confirmed here.
Good call.
So Saati's a damage dealer. She has a high caliber pistol, does decent damage. Not great poke. Okay, this range right here, where she's poking at, is not very good for a damage dealer and is closer to a flank, which is kind of disappointing.
So Saati's alt fire is called Ricochet.
Ooh, alt fire.
Saati will
we saw this in the teaser video.
It travels through the air, and the cool bit is it does deal damage if you hit enemies with it, but the fun bit, the trick shot, is if you manage to shoot it.
So it's like Ash from Overwatch or like Drogo's Spitfire,
activate. Right? And then subsequent shots on said coin will find their way to an enemy instead, dealing damage. The coin will be destroyed after landing 4 shots on it, after which it will explode, dealing damage in an area around it.
Okay, that's sick. So this is super unique. It's like a Drogo Spitfire, right? But when you shoot it, it becomes its own deployable that, again, you can shoot, and it does auto-fire damage or auto-aim damage to the closest target, and then explodes at the end to do an additional damage to everybody around. And it takes 4 shots to kill from Saati.
Get that trick shot ricochet coin in the middle of multiple enemies, shoot it a few times, get some extra chip damage, and then have it explode. That is
I really like this champion so far.
Fun.
Ooh, spoiler for the Q there. Interesting.
Yeah, so
She went invisible for a second.
one thing I think to note about this champion is
look at the outside of the map, by the way. It's so
it's
good now. They did such a good job.
Be more,
this is amazing.
I think not so easy character to just right off the bat be good at. Like, this is definitely gonna take.
She's high skill cap.
I don't even want to be a pun. I don't even think it's a pun, but like it's literally like a skill shot, you know.
It literally is a skill shot. Yeah. It's gonna be hard to hit. The right click's gonna be hard to hit. It's not easy.
Like, start out, maybe struggle a little bit, and then the more they played, the more they got into the kind of
like it might be hit scan, but it's still hard to hit. It's a flying coin.
Yeah. Let's get into also her ability 1, blast back.
Blast back. This is her movement ability.
So this is a movement ability. She can set off a kicking backflip, hitting enemies in a 45-unit cone in front of her for 250 damage within the range, which also sets them with a damage on over time fire.
100 damage, 125, so 375 damage.
And her enemies are also knocked back up to 20 units.
It's not a very
4 pips. It's an excellent repositioning tool.
Wait, let's listen to that again.
Positions backwards, and her enemies are also knocked back up to 20 units. This consumes 4 pips and is an excellent repositioning tool.
Okay, so for one, I disagree. Not excellent is probably one of the worst movement abilities in the game outside of IO. It does not take you very far, but the knockback in damage is fucking awesome. But the biggest thing to note there is 4 pips. This character uses its resources to use its abilities. It is so cool.
With the pip system,
I'm guessing she doesn't have cooldowns.
Full, you can actually get off multiple of these for some pretty extreme repositioning options.
Okay.
And when speaking about that pip system, just to clarify to people, so Saati uses this pip resource, and that means that she doesn't have traditional cooldowns.
Yep.
So just to
be
be clear,
so good.
If you have the pip,
so unique to have a champion without cooldowns and use a resource to use your abilities rather than using your cooldowns. Like, instead of going on cooldown, you just wait for your pips to recharge.
Use an ability, you can use that ability.
That is awesome. That is so unique to the
there's
game.
No cooldowns for
absolutely unique.
That's actually a really good note. And for her ability number 2,
okay, so you can throw a ton of coins.
Bringer.
Interesting.
This is probably the funniest ability like in the game.
Yes,
so.
this
it
one,
really is. This ability is
see how it would turn out flavor-wise, but
unique.
I think it actually turned out really well. So, Deadbringer,
I agree.
You'll drop a facsimile of yourself on the battlefield. This is essentially a cardboard cutout with a big pistol. Fires 3 shots or bursts of 3 shots that deal 150 damage every 1 second in a straight line.
Yo, can we just like talk about this? How absolutely cool this ability is. It literally drops a literal cardboard cutout of Saati, does some damage and can be killed, but it's a literal cardboard cutout in the game. And it is so funny.
As is tradition, since Saati starts with S, we had to, of course, that's not actually how it works, but, you know, we have to give her some stealth. So when you drop that decoy, you will gain a brief moment of invisibility.
Okay, so it lets you
reposition. You to reposition. This is fun. I have been a couple times, I've gotten pretty good about recognizing that, but I have a couple times been tricked when people have put down the Saati decoy, and I don't know where she went since I haven't bought Illuminate at that point.
Just a quick reposition.
And then landing or dealing damage to the decoy will reveal you to Saati very briefly. And landing a killing blow on the decoy will reveal you to Saati for, I believe it's 3 seconds. And this ability consumes 4 pips, so a little bit off.
Okay, so when somebody kills your decoy, they're actually revealed to Saati. So it's actually beneficial to not kill the decoys, which is interesting.
More expensive side.
An interesting part about the decoys is they only fire forward. They're not auto-aim, they're not anything. They just fire straight at all times.
The art for it in general is just hilarious because it's super funny. but
A lot of
just
personality
in general,
too.
Cassie kills, and then boom, revealed. So if somebody kills your decoy, they're now revealed to whoever killed it. So
you know,
very cool.
she
I like
is,
that.
you know, a baddie, but
Yeah,
she
she's a
also
baddie.
clearly likes to have fun and, you know, joke around with everyone and whatnot. So, with that being said, we
Okay,
can
not bad.
get into her ultimate here, wallbang. I think this is, when we were in our last meeting with the AOC and showed them this, they felt like this, they liked the feeling of it. So hopefully that's the vibe that you all will get when you see it here on the stream.
Okay, so wallbang.
In case you didn't hear, also real quick, the actual decoy says voice lines. It says like bang bang.
Is it really?
Which is super fun, in my opinion. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Really rubbing it in. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, you can barely hear it. I barely heard it there.
So
Yeah,
with the ultimate,
let's go into wallbang.
Let's see this.
you're gonna empower your next 3 shots, which are gonna be fired using your basic controls. Each one, it pierces through enemies.
Okay.
And it also can go through walls. So if you've got outlines from your team, or if you've used the reveal from the enemies attacking your decoy, you don't even have to have line of sight on them, and you can fire 3 massively powerful shots, each of which does 77 damage, like a lucky slot machine. To the
Any Valorant players out there? Remind you of Sova?
And it can, I believe said this, but it can go through walls, right?
Yeah.
It absolutely does. So some really cool tactical options there.
You can finish kills. You can find people.
An interesting
Yeah, I think,
counterplay.
It's a small
as,
hitbox,
As
but
somebody on the opposing team, you actually do see this kind of piercing world tracer as well. So you do see it coming to some degree.
I wonder how
There's
fast you
some-
can get
there's
them
some
off
dodge
in between each
capability.
other's. Like, how fast can you get all 3 off is my question.
Also, Strixus on the back end there, can you throw out that Corvus spray on the wall?
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
think we got to see
Sati's
it yet,
kinda
and it's-
sick.
It's very important.
Okay. All right. Okay, Corvus spray. I mean, it's not really Sati, but let's see it. Is it gonna work? Nope, it's not gonna work. Shaking his head.
Oh, no spray.
Oh, no joy.
Oh.
We'll get that sorted out for sure.
No
All
spray.
right, talents.
Enjoy.
Talents.
Oh,
Let's go.
oh.
Talents.
No, okay.
Talents.
Anyways, those who know. Let me give some shout outs though.
I appreciate
Emotes
shoutouts.
and lobby animation, Brett and Caravan Studio. I think it is one of our more. You gotta do something to make somebody with a gun, you know, be more than just a character with a gun.
All right, let's see.
And I think her
these
personality
talents.
shows in her kit.
Absolutely. Really happy with how this turned out. Thanks to the whole team. And again, Alex, who did a lot of
Skip.
Our-
I appreciate-
our section. I can talk.
I
briefly
appreciate
about the, some of
shout-outs.
the talents.
Most
and-
definitely. I
and
love
such
how they're
as well.
shouting out the creators and like who
Yeah,
exactly
that would
did
be
what
great,
on her,
'cause then we'll
but I
go
want to see the
into her
talents.
skins right after that. So
I will link the VOD down below if you
want
want to hear them, by the way.
So a little bit of background info.
Okay.
Something that we
First
didn't
talent.
mention before is she does have a little bit of a
Improvised.
passive as it relates to the pip system. I believe
Passives
it
with the
is
pips.
a slightly increased fire rate while she's above 4 pips, so 5
Okay.
or greater, and then a slightly increased movement speed while she's below 5, so 4 or fewer. So just something to keep in mind as you play her. Her first talent.
Okay, so that's interesting to note. When you're above 4 pips, so like the resources in the pips, they're calling it pips, which makes sense. It's like a pip. That's like the technical term for it. But when you're above 4, you have increased attack speed, and while you're below, you have increased movement speed. So if you are low on your resources, you can easily get away. If you're high, you can frag people out.
Default talent is called improvised.
Improvised.
Our decoy
Let's see.
is now more cost effective to use. So
Okay.
the Dead Ringer decoy will cost 3 pips instead of 4.
Okay, that's not
and
bad.
will explode if an enemy gets close enough, dealing damage to said enemies within, I believe it's a 10 unit radius. Our level 2
Okay.
talent is called Window of Opportunity.
Okay, let's talk about the talent real quick. So what this talent exactly is going to do is it's going to make it to where you can kite people away. If you're getting flanked by a flanker, you just drop these over and over, and you kite away. You use your stealth to get away, and you use the damage from your decoys to slowly burn them down and possibly get a kill while they're chasing you.
Opportunity.
Interesting talent.
Blastback knocks enemies straight up, and they take 20% more damage from Saati for approximately 1.5 seconds.
Okay.
And her level 8 talent is Heads or Tails. Ricocheted shots from the coin deal increased damage. So sorry.
Oh!
Xerxes, I'm speedrunning these talents for you. Ricochet shots deal 200% more damage to shields, reveal enemies for 1 second, and heal
my
Saati
God.
for 120.
Yo, that talent's insane. So you knock them up. You're already doing, what was it again? 375 damage with the dash. Plus, now they get increased bonus damage by 20%, and you can get up to 3 shots on them. And when somebody's knocked up like that, it is way easier to confirm 3 shots in a row. And you can absolutely burst somebody. That is a crazy burst. But again, she doesn't have movement to get in. You might have to dash in, dash out. That'd be an interesting play on Saati. You save up your pips, you make a play, you dash in on somebody, take a shot, dash while you're next to them, knock them up, and then completely blow them up.
5 HP.
Saati with that talent has some insane
Xerxes
one-shot potential.
Catches up here through my speed run.
Heads or tails?
My fault, friend. We will have rounded out our Saati showcase.
Let's see it.
Absolutely, and
So it does bonus damage to shields and
skins,
heals.
as always. You know, with every new champion on release. We're gonna start out though with her.
Okay, it's not bad. Bonus damage to
2021
shields and has a heal. Isn't that bad? Okay, so that is Saati. That is the patch notes show. I'm gonna swap it over real quick to the actual patch notes, and I want to go over a few cards on her and just look through the cards and the talents. So I will see you there in now, like right now, like I'm swapping right now over, so I'll be there now. Okay, to quickly re-go over the talents, improvise, basically it makes it to where you put down a decoy, it's less pips, easier to place down or takes less resources, and it does damage to units. Opportunity knocks them up, does 20% more damage for 1.5 seconds, and then Ricochet does 200% more damage to shields and reveals enemies for 1 second, and it heals Saati for 175. Not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad. The talents are great. I see value in at least window and improvised. I don't really see value in heads or tails. Though, I mean, if you're playing against heavy shield comp, it could be value. I don't know. Cards, weapon and armor. Ammo increase could be a good card. At a lower rank, at maybe 2 or 3, because she has 7 shots. Maybe you increase it to 10 or something. Increase your DPS. Movement speed after death. Kills aren't really worth it. Projectile speed of the Ricochet, I don't think is good. Not really good. Reduced damage taken after Ricochet is destroyed. I don't think that's very good. Duration of Saati's invisibility could be worth at level 5. In-hand fire, not really worth it. You're really not hitting anything with your decoy 95% of the time. Increased health isn't worth it most of the time. Increased duration, reveal and destruction. I mean, it could be good, but I don't feel like people should be killing the decoys most of the time. Movement speed after blast pack could be good. Again, the movement ability is really not that good. I don't think it's a good movement ability at all. So having extra movement ability with your movement ability might actually be value. Generate ammo when dashing could be a good low point card. Damage taken reduction by 15% for 1.5. I think the movement speed is going to be more value and get you out of more situations. Increase the knockback range. Now, I think Step Off is the one card that I am thinking about running because it could be like a Megaton on Cassie. What exactly does that mean? If the knockback range increases how long they're in the air, well, people are in the air. They are more susceptible to taking damage because they are floating in a static direction, in a static way. Sorry, I did it with my hand, right? But it is way easier to confirm shots on them. So there's a good chance that Step Off is going to be insane, but it needs testing on the PTS. But everyone, quick note. I don't know when the PTS is up. All right. No idea. So I know there's going to be a ton of comments because nobody's going to watch till the end, but I do not know when the PTS is up. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. That is Saati. That is the new champion. We're going to be doing a full patch notes review in the coming days. We'll be doing a ton of stuff on the new patch, the balance changes, yada, 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 whatever on the patch notes. We'll be doing a ton of videos on, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I also hope you enjoy your day, night, evening, morning, dawn, dusk, whatever it is where you live. And I will see you in the next one. And by the way, I'm going to be streaming live on Twitch right after this video comes out, so go check us out on Twitch at X30. Have a good night, y'all. I'll see you. Bye-bye.